Grand Theft Auto V is undoubtedly one of the most beloved and iconic games ever made. After having put almost 5,000 hours into this one map alone over the past 12 years, I'm now at the point where I can get to any location on the map without using a GPS. I'm pretty confident in saying Los Santos is one of the best cities ever made in a game. But Los Santos is just down here. What about the rest of it? How do I put this? It's, not great. So why does the rest of GTA 5's map kinda suck? Especially when compared to older GTA games? And maybe the most exciting part about this video, at the end, we're gonna take a look at what we know about GTA 6's map currently and how it's gonna fix this issue. But first, let's start with the good things about GTA 5's map. Los Santos is of course based off Los Angeles, California. And when you're basing a fictional map off a real-life location that wasn't meant to be in a video game, it can be kinda tough to make it work. But Rockstar absolutely nailed it. Each part of the city feels unique, whether it's the twisty, windy roads of the Vinewood Hills, whether it's the glitz and glamour of Vinewood or Rockford Hills, of course based off Beverly Hills and Hollywood, the tight turns and jumps around Vespucci Canals or Venice Canals, the grittiness and danger that lurks in Davis, which is GTA 5's Compton. I could go on and name every single suburb in GTA 5 and how it really captures the vibe of its real-life alternative. But I won't, because there's way too many. But the point is, no matter where you go in the city, there's always something to do and something to see. And even after playing this game for 12 years, I don't really get bored of being in the Los Santos city itself. So let's move into the problem with the map, and that is any time you have to go out of Los Santos. And to really emphasize the problem that we're going to talk about, we're going to look at the last two GTA maps, GTA 4 and San Andreas. Good God. Was San Andreas really the second last GTA game? Holy shit. Now, if you put the San Andreas and GTA 4 maps in GTA 5's map, you can see that they're really quite small. They're nowhere near the size of GTA 5's map, and they're barely bigger than Los Santos itself. Which always goes to show, the motto that I live by, size doesn't matter. It's about what you do with it. So let's take a look at Liberty City from GTA 4. Let's say that for one mission, you need to go from the very top of Alderney all the way down to the bottom of Broker, which is quite literally all the way across the map. Now, if we were to draw a line on this map, think of all the different possible ways that you could actually get to your destination. You can take a turn down a different street each time you go, and if we really spent a few minutes drawing lines on this map here, there would be tens of different ways that you could get across the map, all of which would take you through the hustling, bustling streets of Liberty City with different things to see and experience each time. Now let's take a look at San Andreas' map. Let's say we need to get from Los Santos over to San Fierro. Well, if we look at all of the different paths we could take here, I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 if we go all the way around here. And what if we needed to get to Las Venturas? Again, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 if you go the long way around. And keep in mind, in a map like San Andreas, these are short, quick drives as well. So you've got so many options to get to the location you want to get to. Each time it'll feel a little bit different, which stops the game from getting boring. Now, let's have a look at GTA 5's map. One of the most common tasks in all of GTA 5, and especially GTA Online, will be you driving from Los Santos to either Sandy Shores or Paleto Bay. So let's count all of the possible paths to get from Los Santos to either of those locations. We've got 1 on the left here if we go through Chumash, 2 if we go up through Tongva Valley, 3 through the Vinewood Hills, 4 up to Great Chaparral, 5 if we go up through Martin's house here, and then 6, maybe 7, depending on how you classify these two, but these really merge into the one road here up the right side of the map. So let's say there's 6 different roads that can get you to Sandy Shores. Well, remember, in San Andreas' map in 2004, we had 6 ways to get to either Las Venturas or San Fierro. Yet in GTA 5's map in current day, we only have 6 ways still to get to Sandy Shores. But let's go a little bit further. Let's say we want to go up to Paleto Bay. Well, that becomes an issue because all of these roads condense down into 2 highways that take you up to the top. Which means if you want to go from Los Santos to Paleto Bay at the top of the map, really there's only 2 highways that will take you here. which means you're going to be taking the same two really long highways all the way across the map every single time, which is going to get boring. And not to mention, these are out in the wilderness. It's not like you're going through the bustling streets of Liberty City where there's random events and cool things to see every single time you go. These are long, boring drives out into the middle of nowhere. Now, of course, you could just say, TGG, why don't you just take a helicopter or a plane? Well, we do, but that makes it even more boring over time because there's only one way to go, straight across in the air. Fundamentally, GTA 5's map falls into the massive issue of having the entire hub for the map being at the very bottom with Los Santos, and then essentially having nothing for the rest of the map. Not to hurt your feelings if you're a big fan of Sandy Shores or Paleto Bay, but really both of these towns or cities are just a few streets. There's really not much here. So if you ever wonder why you're bored of GTA 5 and why it all feels the same all the time, this is one of the main reasons why. But let's move on to a positive part of the video. We don't know much about GTA 6 right now, we're all waiting for the next trailer, but based off of the leaks from 2022 as well as trailer 1, we actually have a pretty decent-ish idea of what the map is going to look like already. And it's got me excited because what I'm seeing so far actually reminds me a lot of San Andreas' map. Let me explain. If we look at the mapping project as it stands right now, we currently know that there will be at least 4 cities or little towns, but there'll probably be a lot more. Let's take a look and let's explain. So if we look at the mapping project right now, we can already see 4 little locations, right? Well, not little. We've got Vice City on the right side of the map, which if we compare it to GTA 5's Los Santos, you can see that Vice City itself is going to be about the same size as the Los Santos city, if not a little bigger. Then on the left, we've got Port Gellhorn, which is basically GTA's version of Tampa or Fort Myers, both of them combined. And then we've got a bit of an empty area here with the Everglades. In GTA 5's map, this would normally just have nothing around it, but with GTA 6, we can see that there's a few things around it. We've got Homestead, which is going to be a little town here, as well as the Gator Keys down south, which reminds me of Paleto Bay from GTA 5. So from all of the parts of the map that we've seen so far, it looks like there's going to be something to do no matter where you are on the map. As of right now, we haven't seen anything from the north side of the map. But if we're just basing this off what we know about Florida and compare it to Florida's map, there's a pretty good chance that we will get another city up here, most likely something like Orlando. Now, if we do get another city up here, which is a parody of Orlando, for example, then you can see that this map really quickly starts to remind you of San Andreas, with a different city in each corner of the map. Now, as for the amount of roads that will get to each city, of course we don't know yet. You can see these roads here have been drawn out in red, that's because they're speculation, and we don't actually know if these roads exist. But just putting roads aside, we can already tell just from the mapping project alone that the main issue from GTA 5's map has already been fixed, because no longer will there only be one city at the very bottom of the map that you have to go to and from every single time you want to do anything in the game. Now we already see 4 different hubs on the map that you'll be traveling to and from each time. So let's just go crazy and speculate here for a second. Let's say we've got Orlando up here somewhere. Let's say we've got a small town out here. And then maybe a little hub between Vice City and Port Gellhorn in the middle of the map around Lake Leonida. You add all of that in, and the map very quickly becomes a lot more like older GTA maps, just on a much larger scale. And most importantly, the map becomes a lot less boring. So over the next few months, as we get more info about the game, I'm excited to see how this mapping project evolves and hopefully solves the biggest issue in GTA 5. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.